And prices ticking upward, sales going down, foreclosures on hold or back on. A lot of real estate questions coming up this morning, so our expert Louie Ortiz has joined us. All right, thanks, Linda. Well, there are so many questions in the real estate market right now. Are prices up? Are they down? Hard to tell. Foreclosures, are they doing them? Are they not? Let's get the word from Louie Ortiz, one of our real estate experts this morning, and see if we can sort some of this out for you. Give us the overall snapshot picture right now in San Diego.
Well, good morning, Mark. It's been a great time. Well, we've seen a little bit of price appreciation on some of the lower side of the market. The median price is up 2.2% month over month. We're seeing inventory levels rise about 14%, and the number of transactions is actually down about 13%.
Okay, so if I'm going to try to analyze the numbers as you've taught us in the past year, if there's more inventory, the likelihood is that it'll take longer to sell the homes,
yes,
and that the prices will probably continue to be soft or maybe even fall a little bit,
right,
if there's more inventory on the market because there's more choice out there.
Yeah. Another interesting statistic locally here in our market is the days on market. That's the number of days that it takes to sell a home is up about 79 days right now, where we were a normal market probably around 60 days.
So the time it takes, and again, that's an average, and you know, folks know that if you're sitting there waiting to sell your home so that you can move, perhaps take a new job in another state, and it takes another 2, 3, 4 weeks to sell that home.
Yep.
You know, now, okay, tie in the job market and the home sales market.
Right.
We've talked about this a little bit before. I mean, even if I could take a job in another state, if I can't sell my home, I can't move. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, there's so many economic factors affecting our local market here. You know, the job situation is something we're seeing, you know, people not able to sell their houses because they owe more. People are having difficulty doing loan modifications and short sales, and all of these things are continuing to put downward pressure on our prices here in San Diego County.
Talk to me about the shadow market. You sent me some notes on this, and it almost sounds like a spy novel, shadow market. And I started, you know, my palms started sweating.
Yeah.
Well, what's the shadow market?
Sure. Well, shadow inventory is an industry term, and what most people think what shadow inventory is it's properties that banks have foreclosed upon and taken back, but they haven't put them back on the market. Different professionals have different definitions. Shadow inventory can also be people that are maybe delinquent on their properties, or short sales or loan mods that are in process that haven't closed yet, or you know, adjustable rate loans that haven't adjusted. Basically, it's simply inventory that hasn't hit our market yet. And right now, there's a lot of talk that at the end of this year, we're going to start to see a lot of that inventory coming back on the market.
Now, would banks hold this inventory back on purpose?
Yeah.
In order to keep the market from crashing?
Absolutely. That's one of the main reasons why they hold it back. They don't want to flood the market with all this inventory because we know that that's going to drive prices down even further, and the banks will take a larger loss on those foreclosed properties. I
mean, that kind of paints a rather pessimistic outlook then, necessarily for at least the short-term future here.
Well, you know, when you look at the market and you look at the inventory, the data suggests that we're going to continue to see price declines. Some economists are predicting for another 33 months. But on the flip side, Steve Murray, the editor of Real Trends, a real estate information service, recently predicted that we're about to see the greatest buying market in the history of the United States. So it just depends on how you look at the market.
I mean, if you're a young person starting off right now with a small family and you've been renting and you've saved your money and you're employed and so forth, man, are you in the driver's seat or what?
What a wonderful time to buy a house. Interest rates are at historic lows. I mean, we're seeing 30-year fixed rates in the low 4s, and what a wonderful time to get into a house. So much inventory out there, it's a great time to buy.
Now, we've talked about loan modifications, and I've talked about my situation. I'm one of those people that had one of those adjustable loans. Mm-hmm. So far, it's fine because rates are low, and it's actually gone down from where it was originally. Right. My big concern is that it's going to go crazy, rates are going to skyrocket, it's going to go back up, and I'll be in that next group of people who won't be able to afford their homes. Banks won't even talk to us right now because our payments are current.
Right.
They're not moving at all to get ahead of the problem, are they?
No, and actually I'm seeing a lot of that. People are kind of concerned about that, and the lenders are putting priority on the people that are already in trouble, they're very late on their mortgage payments, and they're not even talking to people that want to try and work that out. It's troubling to think what might happen if interest rates do go up sometime next year.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of us that, again, with those adjustable rates, that we're in good shape now because, fortunately, we are still employed.
Right.
Now, that could change tomorrow, and there could be a whole new wave of foreclosures. And then I don't even want to think about what happens then.
You know, another scary thing is there were a lot of adjustable rate loans that were written in 2006, and those are also scheduled to adjust, you know, starting next year. And I think so one of the ways to look at our market is, you know, I think sellers should be prepared that we're probably going to see more declines. Nobody knows for certain, but the data suggests that we will continue to see price declines here in the county.
There's a seminar going on today down at the convention center, right? Just, you know, a little bit about that you could maybe share that with folks?
The Obama administration and Hope Now are having a program today where people that are in trouble on their loans can go down there and talk to people from the lenders and also home counselors to talk about some options to avoid foreclosure. That's today at the San Diego Convention Center from, I believe, 1:30 to about 7 o'clock today.
Yeah, about 1 till 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 till 7:30 is the time that we have down on. And this is, again, this is free help for homeowners. Folks, if you are in trouble, if you are concerned about it, you think you might at some point in the near future be in trouble, go down there, get the free information today and try to get ahead of the problem a little bit.
Absolutely.
And I have heard, and you've heard just a little bit of whispering here about the Obama administration may actually have a program in November that in some way addresses this concern about folks who are upside down, not in trouble yet, but maybe if things change at all, and they may actually try to get out ahead of that. Yeah, just whisperings about that so far?
I've heard a little bit. I think the troubling thing that I see is that a lot of sellers look at these programs, and it's really troubling for them because even if they can get a loan modification, sometimes they're having trouble staying in those properties, and I'm seeing people do what are called strategic defaults, because even if they can get a loan modification on that property, they just don't feel that it's worth making those payments, and they make that really difficult decision if they still want to keep that property. So I just don't know how successful those programs are going to be.
Okay, so the watchword for the time being is be cautious.
Yes.
Just be cautious and don't make any snap judgments or snap decisions and get yourself in worse trouble. Yeah. Okay, Louie Ortiz, thanks for the update.
Great seeing you, Mark.
Okay, well, hopefully next time it's even more positive. Okay, SanDiego6.com.